Jabze, Dage, Jinso, Jibe, Zonam, Dola, Benzer, Sanje, Debar, Ju, Zanje, Jedang, Zoje, Jonam, Sanjo, Borde, Dane, Jabze, Dage, Jinso, Jibe, Zonam, Dola, Benzer, Sanje, Debar, Ju, Zanje, Jedang, Zoje, Jonam, La, Sanjo, Borde, Dane, Jabze, Dage Jinso Jibe Zonam Jin Rola Wensa Sanje Robar Yo Mananga Dan Yambe Semjin Damji Dewa Dan Deve Jadan Dembara George Dongara Dan Dongara Jad Trawara George Dongara Mebe Dewa Dan Mandrawa George Nyeren Jadan Yedang Dar Danyong Tseme Bala Nebara George Mananga Dan Yambe Semjen Dan Dewa Dan Deve Jadan Dembara George Dongara Dan Dongara Jad Trawara George Dongara Mebe Dewa Dan Mandrawa George Nyeren Jadan Yedang Dar Danyong Tseme Bala Nebara George Semjen Damje Dewa Dan Dev Jodan Dembara George Dongara Dan Dongara Jodan Drawara Dongara Mebe Dewa Dan Mandrawa George Nyeren Jadan Yedang Da Danyon Zeme Bala Nebara George Dongre Doje Shakje Reizan Rong Yinje Nodo Deje Bongjong Ba Zerje Lembo Tawar Jibe Shakje Jarbe Shala Zorwande Dorje Janj Telo Naroda Marban Malai Chije Gambo Pamo Java Jarwa Indigong Begaju Lamanal Sorwande Jagare Benjim Bola Gadenje Bemainjo Galande Rome Dada Landa Zimbegane Orjin Rambo Jela Zorwande Rome Jije Yinje Vodane De Song Sanje Genje Ngowonye Ransem Chiga Ngosong Dongzebe Zawe Lame Jala Zorwande Good evening, good afternoon, everyone. So here is a good evening, right? Mostly zone is a good afternoon, I think. Okay, so now, tonight I'm going to share with you this okay teaching. Teaching is called supplication to the Tara. Everyone get the sadhana prayer on the book, right? In the phone, on the phone. Okay, that's good. This called 7 verses of supplication to Tara. Do you know the Tara, right? Yeah, of course, 40 years become Dharma means you are expert to Dharma. And this supplication Tara is all the Taras included, not really specific, follow, just generally all the Taras included. So then this supplication Tara is also, if you have a connect with other Yadam deity, and then you can just change the last one sentence like supplication to Pema Sambhava, supplication to Buddha Shakyamuni, supplication to any Buddhas. You can use these prayers. This supplication Tara prayer is very this way. Supplication Tara prayer is very beneficial our daily life, when we practice Dharma. So we have so many, I think you also have so many teachings already, and many teachers. So within 40 years, come to here, share the teachings. So you receive so many Dharma teachings already. Also my case, I receive many teachings from many diversity, different kind of teachers. So I receive all the different levels, like different lineages, many teachings are received. Generally, you know, I have all the teachings, but then when I'm ready to meditate and practice, or when I have something difficulty, problem, sufferings, so which teaching is I'm going to apply, you know, myself is benefit. So this one is for myself is most benefit teaching. So that's what I'm going to share with you tonight. You also have lots of teachings, Dzogchen, Mahamudra teachings. So this is the teaching is the essence of Dzogchen and Mahamudra actually. You can use this teaching, bring all this Dzogchen, Mahamudra teaching, apply your daily life. You know, sometimes the Dzogchen, Mahamudra teaching is really well performed, and then due to our capacity, when we have hard or difficulty, suffering or emotion, right, going on, so then you don't know which one you're going to apply your practice to reduce our emotions, suffering, you know, our suffering, taking to the path, which Dharma teaching, you know, you're going to apply, use, is sometimes Dzogchen Mahamudra is very vast, our capacity very hard to, you know, bring that teaching to your, you know, daily life, and when you have difficulty time. So that time you use this one is very powerful. Then when we do some practice, also we need support, something very powerful support. This Tara, you know, here today is a Tara is a support, supplication. Tara means Tara is a support. Practice is Mahamudra Dzogchen. So then sometimes, you know, Dzogchen Mahamudra, I told you, was big teaching, very profound, very our level, very hard to sometimes bring to practice that, and also use that technique. We don't have like fears, like support or something. You know, that's why this teaching has all these qualities together. I see this teaching has generation stages called practice. You know, we visualize enlightened beings. The generation stage, the Tara is there. And then also we have accomplishment stage. Mahamudra Dzogchen practice is there because it's, you know, every single word take you to the nature mind in these prayers. Yeah, when you know this prayer, just read one sentence. Then your mind is not going to the distraction object, following the thoughts, emotions, take you to in the natural mind. So that's why this prayer, this practice, help you, you know, your maintaining your Mahamudra and Dzogchen practice in your daily life. So we needed that, right? Because sometimes we, you know, it's Dharma is sometimes easy, but we're going on so many things, so much distractions, and then we don't have enough habitual practice, you know, Mahamudra and Dzogchen. So the practice Mahamudra Dzogchen, we have to use our daily activity, taking to maintaining this Dzogchen meditating, you know, practice. So we don't know how to take our activity and Dzogchen meditation. So I'm going to talk about only use word is Dzogchen tonight because you mostly all receive Dzogchen teachings, right? Yeah, so that's why. Okay, so you receive a lot of Dzogchen teachings, and then the teaching practice not only when you sit or meditate in the temple. your all the daily activity have to take into the meditation part. So we have to create that habituate. If we don't have that habituate, then our emotion is always run over us, even you have these teachings. So that's why the practitioner means, not only knowing the view meditation. Practitioner means what you recognize view, the view is taken into the conduct and the, daily your activity. So that is the hardest one. Okay, this is the hardest for us. That's why in this prayer is a very short instruction, and we have the good teachings. So that teaching apply our daily life, activity. Use this prayer is really helpful. So I'm going to share you one by one verses. Then you understand. This verses has called the 7 verses supplication Tara means we have 7 verses. This teaching has 7 verses. You have to know this teaching is where is it come from. This teaching is come from for Chopan Jiktin Songmu, is the founder of Drigong Kaju lineage. So the lineage followed by Dorjen Chang, Telopa, Naropa, Marpa Lotsawa, Malarepa, Gambopa, Pamutrupa, and Drigongpa means Chopa Jiktin Songmu. So this teaching is come from Chopa Jiktin Songmu. When he enlightened, and then he has a vision of Tara. So that time he, his heart, is arising from model arise this supplication, natural arise his supplication to Tara. So that's why this teaching, the prayer is very powerful. And this is, we can say Dzogchen meditation. This one we can say Maya Minka, Buddhist philosophy teaching. This one we can use our guide, every single day your prayer, supplicating to the Yadam deities and the gurus. So use this all this aspect, quality, everything's included in these short prayers. That's why this prayer is very powerful. So now I'm going to read one by one and explain. In the realm of the Ambo, Mother Deity Dharma Dhartu. So you are all, meditator, practitioner, you already have a Dzogchen teaching. You have to know in the realm of the Ambo, Mother Dharma Dhartu means a true nature mind. So when you are really into your own nature, true nature states, that is the Buddha, that is a Tara. Yeah. So that's the Pema Sambhava, that is Buddha Shakyamuni. All the Buddhas is within our own nature mind, not separate. And then you can call many different, whatever name calls, it's actually your true nature mind. That's why I said the Ram, the Ambo, Mother, the Dharma, that is true Tara, a body revealing Mother Deity Tara. And the true nature mind is the Tara. Tara is be with our true nature mind, not separate. That is called absolute truth Tara. Yeah. And then she bestow happiness all sentient beings means, long as you know your own true nature mind, then you have absolute truth happiness. So that happiness is not come from outside somewhere, not dependent happiness. It's called absolute permanent happiness. Yeah, so that's why it's she bestow happiness all sentient beings. And then you realize that true nature, you also have true happiness. You also can give happiness to other beings. You have ability that. As supplicate Mother Tara of Dharma that to protect us from all fears. So then with supplication to the Tara, It's a supplication to Tara is supplication to actually your own true nature mind. Not like auto level Tara. This is Tanga is auto level Tara. And this supplication means like you supplication to your own nature mind. That's called absolute truth supplication. If you supplicate into the auto level, then that's a relative truth supplication, right? You feel is the Tara is there, in the our object of meditation. Suppose you pray to the Tara, so that's called relative truth supplication. But absolute truth is you recognize your own nature, you homage to your own nature mind. That is absolute truth supplication. So long as you know your absolute truth, Tara, your own nature mind, then you are free from all the fears. So that is the very powerful when you have fears, emotions. So think about where is a fear is come from. The fears arising from our self-grasping. So long as we have self, then we have the emotion arise. Due to that, then different kind of fear is arising, fear. Yeah. So we always have a fear, but sometimes we don't have a gross level of fears, but we have a subtle level of fears all the time. So the fear is due to self-grasping. Then you meditate, you are looking into your true nature mind. You are into that true nature mind. No I and self exist there. So that's why you are free from fears. That is the true protection, absolute true protection is you into your meditate your nature mind, look to your own true nature mind, and stay that true nature mind, then that's called absolute truth protection. Because you fear is you destroyed, like get rid of already fears. Fears no exist there. Yeah, so also good thing means when you have fear, you read these verses, then you look to your mind, into your mind nature. Your fear is naturally dissolved. Fear is dissolved to the natural state, natural mind. So that's very powerful. We need that, right? Do you? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So that's the important. You read these verses and look to your mind, and you can release your fears. Then your happy joy is arise your mind. Then same time you arise devotion to this teaching, arise devotion to the Tara too. So relative truth Tara, then you can connect them to the relative truth Tara. Usually we follow by relative truth practice, then go into absolute truth. But when I use this one, go absolute truth, then go back to relative truth. Okay, so you go back to relative truth, then really strong devotion arises to the Tara. Because we can feel, get experience how powerful we can release the fears that due to this Dharma and the Tara's blessing, then arise devotion to Tara, and then we request Tara, please help for all beings. Every single being has fears due to the self-grasping. Then you arise compassion to others. So the compassion arises in our mind, remove all our negative karma. So that's why each verse helps, method, wisdom, bring together. So you can use method first, or you can use wisdom first. That is depending meditators. Some use method first, some use wisdom first. Then become method, wisdom is inseparable. So that's the, you know, depending how you apply. And also is this verses, you just go directly to author level relatively. We're going to read like in the realm of the mother, the Dharma Dharta means Tara is in the pure lane, always in the, you know, the mandala somewhere there, you know, advise Reverend Mother Deity Tara, you always there when, you know, are opening my mind and are calling you, when I supplicate you, you always there. So that's we recognize. Then you bestow happiness me and you bestow happiness others. And I'm going to supplicate you, please help me remove my fears. I have so much fear due to my emotion. So you strongly supplication to Tara. Yeah, so then also we, you know, supplication to Tara, help me remove my fears, help others, you know, so arise compassion for others. So that's the author level, relatively supplication to Tara. So either way you can supplicate it, depending, you know, our ability. Some like to follow by author level, first stage, where, you know, you calling Tara is more feel happy. And then you visualize, feel blessing, you know, and then you have constant devotion arise. And then you, through the devotion, you know, like that devotion is very powerful because it's devotion is a positive feeling and joy feeling, devotion. Then when devotion comes, arise in your mind, your fear also naturally release. These two cannot be together, right? Emotion also release, fear is released. So then you have happy, joy. Then arise very strong connect with the Tara. So that's the author level you can supplication to Tara. The inner level always followed by meditating true nature mind. So either way is correct. Okay, that's the first verses. Then we go to second verses. This second verses is also has a method and, you know, method, you know, right? Method means love, compassion, bodhicitta, the quality hold is called method. Then wisdom is always like recognize own nature's mind. So you are into natural states. You know, realize the true nature. So that's a core wisdom. This each verses bring these together qualities together. So no here, no realizing oneself is a Dharmakaya. And when you read this one sentence, no realizing oneself is a Dharmakaya means, oh, I have a true nature, my mind is a Dharmakaya. I didn't realize. So you right away go into your own nature mind. I have this, I didn't recognize. Right? You have something, oh, I didn't recognize I have this. Then you hold the object, same, you know. Like we have a Dharmakaya nature we didn't recognize. Then you log to your true nature mind, meditate. The minds of sentient beings are all powered by negative emotions. Then this, you know, the realizing oneself is Dharmakaya. We realize our mind is Dharmakaya. This means, you know, nature Ripa or Buddha nature is nature mind. They call many different words. Actually, same. You know, this just Mahamudra call usually nature mind. Dzogchen usually teaching called Ripa, and the Mayaminka teachings usually called Buddha nature. So it's actually the same. And then, you know, Yadam deity practice, this generation, Vajrayana teachings, the words usually called Dharmakaya. They're actually all same meaning. So we have this, if long as you recognize you have this Dharmakaya, but we didn't recognize because due to our emotions, you know, negative emotions. So that's why the mind sentient beings are all powered by negative emotions. We have this true nature, but we didn't recognize due to our obstacles. And then you really see your emotions when you read this. So when we practice this, you have to look to emotion yourself. Then you see your emotion. Otherwise, we don't know how to get rid of our emotions, right? Emotion control us. So our minds are like, okay, it's all emotion control me. Then you arise love yourself. Comes compassion yourself. Because we are, emotions, I don't know if words is correct, anything, right? Anything. Emotions, anything, emotion control us. So emotion always create us suffering. So that's why, we recognize I'm suffering because due to my emotions. So you really see your emotion. Then long as we have emotion, the beings wandering in samsara, long as we have emotion, we are create a negative karma, and due to that, then take rebirth again in samsara. So it's a suffering. So that's why here we see our own emotion, recognize emotion is create suffering for us. Then we know each single other beings, controlled by emotions. So then you recognize this each other single beings are, we usually, talk about all mother sentient beings, right? So we recognize every single being is used to our parents, but no, every single being is controlled by emotion. So you knowing that, then arises compassion for others. Compassion arises, then that is true protection. So here is protection means, first verses, we know the true nature of Dharma Dhatu, right? Then that is protection. This one is second verses here, see, as supplicate Mother Tara, deity of great compassion, please protect us. So you see every single being has emotion control, or beings suffering. You recognize that and arise compassion for others. Then arise compassion ourselves too. So that is become true protection. Compassion is to protect us in this life. Compassion protects us future life. So that is absolute truth, Tara. Compassion is absolute truth, Tara. That's the second verses. So then this one also has method and wisdom both. So some words look to your true nature mind. Dharmakaya, we have nature mind. That's take you to right way in the wisdom, true nature mind. We have that true nature mind, we didn't recognize due to our emotions. So then we also, that helps recognize our emotion. Then long as we recognize our emotion, then we know we are suffering in samsara. So then we know other beings are suffering also too. So arise compassion others. So that's absolute truth, Tara. Compassion is absolute truth, Tara. Do you understand? Okay. You have to understand this point, yeah? What I'm saying. So then that's the second verses. Then we go to the next third verses. Third verses. Third verses is, if the meaning of Dharma is not born in one's heart, the one just follow the words of conventional meaning. We are deceived by delusional philosophical views and the Dharmas. As supplicate Tara of perfect wisdom, please protect us. Okay, so here, if the meaning Dharma is not born in one's heart, means this also have to research ourselves. research means like investigating ourselves. You know, we receive so many teachings, and we, think we are practitioner, but really have to look to ourselves. I'm really practitioner or not? So if Dharma is not born in one's heart, it means Dharma is love, compassion, that is in your mind and heart, has or not. If you has, then Dharma is born in your heart, your mind. Then Dharma is impermanent meditation. So you have really understand impermanent, you have that practice meditate impermanent. Long as we have impermanent meditation, we are, no attachment. Even have attachment, is less attachment. So that's we have or not. So that's this verses really helps us individually. We have to investigating ourselves, pondering ourselves. Dharma is born in my heart or not. So then, of course, higher level Dharma is born in heart means we really have this understanding true nature, this realize or not ourselves. If we have fears, we know realize true nature. If you really realize this Mahamudra Dzogchen practice, then we don't have fears. Free from already, must be free from fears. Long as we have fears, we still will not realize it. But we are, of course, we can have like devotion and to the Dharma. We wishing, the realize, ourselves. You have their connections, but still not realize it. So that's why this, when we chant this, each verses have to look to ourselves, investigating ourselves. Dharma is born in one's heart. One just follow the words of conventional meaning means, if Dharma is not arise in our mind, then we just follow the words. We say, I receive many teachings, I have met many Dharma teachers, and then we have lots of informations. But when emotion arises, then really cannot subdue it. Emotion cannot control ourselves. So that means Dharma is still not really born into our mind and heart. So that's what we have to know. Meaning of Dharma is not born in one's heart. One just follow the words of conventional meaning. Then many people follow the words. Follow the words means we are followed by, traditions, like and this follow these lineages, right? And follow these religions. And so then that's become, if practice is not in your mind, so we say, I am Buddhist, I am Dzogchen follower, I'm Mahamudra follower. So then we say, I am this lineage belong to. That's always become follow the words of conventional meaning. That doesn't much helps, because Dharma is not born in one's mind. Then we cannot liberate ourselves. So even we have this many, we follow by the words means like traditions. If Dharma is not born, still we are stuck in samsara. So if Dharma is not born in one's heart, then also we are not true practitioner. Not still yet a spiritual practitioner. Spiritual practitioner means Dharma have to born into the mind. Dharma born means like growing, right? Something in the mind. So there has many meanings. Of course, if you have very strong devotion, the devotion is born to in your mind. You have very strong love for others, then Dharma is born in your mind. And long as devotion, love is arise. Long as you have a very strong compassion, Dharma is born in your heart. So then you have a knowledge to knowing the true nature. That's more powerful. Dharma is born in our heart. So long as each Dharma, this, like what I mentioned about it, one born in our heart, we are going to liberate. You know, if devotion is really born in our heart, other is naturally arising. Love is born in your mind, other what I call many names, they're all arising together. So, you know, we don't have to walk one first, like focus that, and then comes another one. The practice of Dharma doesn't work that way. You know, you have practiced just Dharma, and naturally, like today in this teaching, strong devotion arises to Tara, and then same time compassion also arises. Then love also arises as long as you have compassion. So then you also arise true nature, recognize too. There's always an interdependent connections, right? Dependent, everything is dependent. Nothing is permanent. So not only one has a cause to create, all this comes together, arising many qualities. Because you have flower seeds, and then all this cause condition arise, completion may arise, everything is there. The flower, beautiful color is arising. So you cannot say, okay, it's followed by the one, you know, pointing to one cause, say flowers arise. Flowers arise by many causes and conditions together. So that's why you know, meditate and practice supplication to Tara, and followed by outer level or inner level, then your all these qualities arising. One just follows the conventional meaning. So if otherwise we have become, you know, if the word is no respect to where say is, become we are fake practitioner, you know, not true practitioner, right? No truth there. If Dharma is not in the heart, born, then we are deceived by delusional philosophical views of Dharma. Then become, if Dharma is not really born in mind, they attach to our religion, lineage, and then hatred to others become kind of not really respect to others, anything. So always say, mine is the best one. This is the perfect. So we saying, okay, my teachings are the highest, and you don't have any other teachings better than this. So that means already attached to there. And then this problems comes. Then, you know, we are deceived by delusional philosophical views and the dharmas. So that's the problem in whole world, you know, many religion followers, because they don't practice true dharma, and then start with the words, right? And stay with this, you know, our the attached to our own the religion, lineage, and become, you know, create not that you. If the person is, some persons like hatred to others become. If they don't have a hatred but not really respect to others, that means like Dharma is not going in mind, not yet into the mind. Do you understand? Okay. So this is the true teaching is like long time ago already told us everything. I know what problems is still there, right? Okay. So that's why I know what we have to do. We are deceived by delusional philosopher covering the dhammas. Our supplicant Mother Tara, perfect wisdom, please protect us. With supplication to true Tara is wisdom. So wisdom only can protect us. What is wisdom? Knowing right, you know, what is wrong, what is right. Knowledge, not blindly, you know, goes, right? Sometimes we talk about blind faith. And in this case, if you study Dharma and knowing the Dharma, arise devotion through the Dharma. So that's the thing called wisdom. You know, then you not start with the individual lineage, religion, and the person. So you are free from that conceptual. Because the point is we have to arise devotions to the Dharma, means we have to know the true meaning Dharma teaching. Then like that's the Buddha says, what he says, not follow the person, follow the Dharma. The follow the person called the devotion is Mongdol Wanu Chiji Jinra, Wanu Tepe Jinra. There's two different levels, Dharma followers. Wanu Tepe Jinra means like someone who don't have this wisdom, knowing true Dharma. It's just, follow the person, you see something, oh, I like Buddhist. Yeah. So example, like many people say, oh, I like Dalai Lama. I say, why? Oh, he's laughing, he is like funny, funny, right? So that kind of, then say, I like Buddhists. Yeah, they are nice people, I like Buddhists, I'll follow Buddhists. So that devotion is not strong. It's called not irreversible fate. Then what we have, is you look to the teaching and you have to see that, okay, this is really right, truth. Doesn't matter what people says, right, wrong. I recognize absolutely this teaching is correct. Then you know the Dharma and arise devotion is called irreversible devotion. That's very powerful. Then you practice and meditate. You have your own experience. The practice Dharma's benefits. So long as you have own experience through your practice, then that is more powerful. So that's what we need, not just not knowing, like say, okay, I like, that's not enough, take you to the true, the practitioner. That's what we need. Wisdom means we have to know what is right, what is wrong. Okay, so that is the third verses. We are, supplication to the wisdom. Okay, then fourth verses. Fourth verses is seeing nature mind, but not familiarizing with its true practice. This, is pointing us to, because we have lots of Dzogchen teachings. Yeah. Okay. So seeing nature mind means like we know the Rigpa, we know the true nature mind. Yeah. But problem is not familiarizing, means no practice. Yeah. Okay. Not familiarizing with true practice. And we are lost in a wholesome worldly activity. We are lost in a wholesome worldly activity means then we are always do things, everything's worldly activity. Even we know this true teaching, practice, but we're not engaging. Do you have that problem or no? Yeah. Okay. So now in this it says, seeing nature mind, you know the true your nature, Rupa, and then we have to meditate, practice. Otherwise, we are lost in wholesome worldly activity. This one is really mindful practice, mindful guide. We have to guide ourselves mindful. We are lost in wholesome worldly activities. Generally, we are lost on beginningless time until now. Specifically, we lost every moment. Yeah, we have one day, 24 hours, right? And within 24 hours, if you look to your own true nature mind, meditate maybe 1 hour, you 1 hour not lost. Other 23 hours is already lost. So the practice, this Mahamudra Dzogchen is very powerful. 1 hour, if you practice one day, that more powerful than 23 hours you lost in samsara. Do you understand? Because if you meditate 1 hour every day, you are going to practice. When you die, you have some certain levels of realization. When you die, I'm 100% sure no suffering die and happy to die. You can liberate, could be in the pardon yourself. At least we have like 80%, certainty if you meditate 1 hour every day. Yeah. Just 1 hour meditation is not mindful meditate, shamatha, but I'm talking about the Dzogchen meditating 1 hour. Okay. So that's why I say 1 hour is comparing to 23 hours. We can lose 23 hours, but we have to take care 1 hour every day. That's very powerful, right? Do you understand? Yeah, if you meditate 1 hour one day, you are going to practitioner. Then you meditate 1 hour every day. Many your activities you can bring to the meditation practice. So recognize nature ripa is not that hard. You're maintaining nature ripa is hardest. So that's why we need this, short prayer. Always apply. And you read each verse is really low to your mind, nature ripa. Then sometimes you feel like you have emotions and you have obstacles. Visualize Tara and meditate, supplicating. That has very powerful supports, enlightened beings support. Not only our ordinary way of purifying karma, you're using something supports enlightened beings. So that really helps. Then we are lost in our bodily activity. As supplicate Mother Tara, perfect mindfulness, please protect us. Mindful, always protect us. Then my, advice give to you, but my teachers also always give me advice. There's always say, not only you know the true nature Ripa, always apply mindfulness. So mindful, you apply your mindfulness, even you are in the drive of the car, you can really look to each minute your nature Ripa. Even you cooking the food, you can look to your nature Ripa. When you eat food, you can look into your own nature Ripa. Do you understand? So nature Ripa is always there. That's why you can eat every activity you can look, long as you have this mindful awareness. The hardest is you talking with people, then harder to look to your nature Ripa. But other many activity you can look to your nature Ripa. Then that time you can look to very short time, sometimes stay really long. Sometimes much better than you sit in the kitchen to meditate. Many activity you can apply, look to nature Ripa, meditate, like your many activities taking to the meditation path. So that's we have to create, habituate. Not when you come to meditate, sit down together in the group comes. It's without that, we always emotion is overrun us. Then we don't recognize emotion. When emotion comes, we don't recognize. If we don't apply that, every activity, we don't apply this practice. Do you understand or no? Yeah. So that's you have to remember. We need mindful. Nature, worldly activity, Tara practice mindfulness, please protect us. If you chant only these verses, Asalike, Mother tongue perfect, mindfulness, please protect us, mindful. You can love to your nature, right way. You recognize you lost yourself. You know. Otherwise, we don't recognize we lost ourselves. Then this one is very powerful. Fifth, this is the fifth verses. Yet, because of habitual grasping to dualistic conception, the absolute nature of mind is self-arising, non-door Buddha wisdom. Absolute nature of mind is self-arising. The Dzogchen meditators, when think about these words, no choice, the natural, the stop the thoughts, emotions, your mind is into nature ripa. Hearing this very powerful if you are meditate. Each of these verses actually have very powerful, but this kind of one words you hear, if you long as you meditate, then it's self-liberating. Right moment they liberate you. Liberation means not, like next life, other lifetimes, right? Liberation means each minute we have to liberate ourselves. So each thought, each emotion arises, we have to liberate. This conceptual and this dualistic, we have to liberate. These verses, when you chant asalic, so it's the absolute nature of mind is self-arising. Means like you're really into your nature ripa. So it's hear about these words, then liberating. So this point is nature, mind, self-arising means always with us, never lost, not dependent, it's called independent, permanent, but permanent is not negative permanent, it's absolute positive permanent, There's a truth, when we study philosophy, they never accept the permanent. So that is actually negative permanent. Yeah. And this is absolute truth. The permanent is never lost, always there, but it's emptiness.
Unborn.
Yeah, it's emptiness. It is always there. So other one is a negative permanence, no emptiness. Solely, inherently there. So that's called negative permanent. That's the Nagarjuna targeting, he doesn't like that. So Nagarjuna like this one is a self-arising, we can use permanent, but we cannot mistake permanent. This is emptiness, but it's always there. So never lost. Then self-arising is self-liberation is the same, because your mind is deluded. We are, lost in samsara. Here says we are lost in unwholesome worldly activity. Your mind is deluded. Yeah, we lost. So then your mind is into your natural ripa. It's called self-liberation, self-arising, non-door, Buddha wisdom. So the truth is they become very powerful, right? So that's we have to apply every time, every moment, so we can liberate ourselves. The Dzogchen teaching talk about a lot self-liberation. The Dzogchen teaching talks self-liberation, so not talking about we liberating future lifetimes. Each moment we have to liberate. Each moment you have to look to your own natural mind and liberate thoughts, emotions. Liberate this unwholesome worldly activity. So that's we have to create very, habituate, strong and strong. No-door Buddha wisdom. Yeah, because of habitual grasping to dualistic conception, this is not easy. What I say is very easy, but when we practice it is not easy. Why is it not easy? Because we don't have habituate for this practice enough. That's why easily our minds, can be we can lose almost some order activity. The habit is very strong. Mind is follow the conceptual thought. Mind is stay in the true nature requires very hard. We don't have that habituate enough. So meditator means the point is habituate, is very strong, the stay in the true nature require. Okay, so that's the important. Supplicate Mother Tara, non-draw wisdom, please protect us. As we are bound by it, no matter what we do, supplicate Mother Tara, our non-draw wisdom. See, this wisdom, true is non-draw, non-dualistic is true Tara. Then this is a true Pema Sambhava, that is a true Manjushiri, this is a true Vajrapani. So all Buddha is non-draw wisdom. If you, then long as you knowing this teaching, this enlightened beings inseparable, it's become one, not separate. Author level, each enlightened being has different mandalas, and the different qualities, is different aspects. So we can say different, but the Dzogchen meditators have a bias each yadam deities, then that is not Dzogchen practitioner. The point is, because Dzogchen practitioner means realize true nature Ripa. Then this true nature Ripa is arising all these different yadam deities. Right? So if you don't knowing that, then no realize the true nature mind. So now we are subject to no draw Buddha wisdom, please protect us. That is the fifth verse. Now go to sixth one. Although we bear in the perfect meaning of absolute truth. So this one is followed by the, its instruction is we have to follow the true truth. Even you are Mahamudra Dzogchen realizer, don't say like still followed by cause and effect, relative truth. So that's this sixth one. Okay, see here it says, although we abide in the perfect meaning of absolute, even we are realizer, or we have absolute true Buddha in always within our mind, we do not understand interdependent. If we don't follow the cause and the effect on the relative level, so then that's also mistake. Sometimes they say, okay, everything is emptiness, then you don't follow the relative truth, means not follow the cause and the effect. I can do whatever I want because everything is emptiness. So then that is a big misunderstanding. Truly, everything is emptiness, but we have this relative truth. We have to follow that relative truth. So relative truth, the followers, we have to follow by cause and the effect. Karma, cause and the effect are important. The one of the Telopa told Naropa, the Shintapanol Dharmas in Naropa. So Nishintapanol Dharmas in Naropa. So he told Naropa, even you realize, don't make separate accumulation merit and accumulation wisdom merit. means always follow together. So we talk about accumulation, merit is a relative truth. We follow the cause and the effect, and follow the conceptually positive. Yeah, even dualistic, but it's positive. It's called accumulation, merit. Then accumulation, merit, wisdom is non-dual practice. It's called accumulation, merit, wisdom, right? And Teloba told Naropa, don't go separate, always bring together. Even you are realized, always go together. Then Pema Samba also mentioned about your view is the same as the space, very high, but follow the cause and the effect relatively. So the point is, even when you have realized emptiness or Dzogchen teachings, that they actually talk about only natural mind, Ripa, but when we go back to cause meditation, we have to follow the cause and the effect. Do you understand? Okay, so that's these verses. Asalike Madatara, true omniscient, please protect us. Relative truth and absolute truth, they have to follow together. Then this is the last verses, like the nature of space, which is beyond all conceptual limits. The last one is just point is all these verses a conclusion together. Conclusion. This is everything is the same as space, which beyond all conceptual limits. Our mind is the same as space, emptiness. And not only our mind is same as space, emptiness, everything, phenomena, everything is emptiness. So, if you don't have Maya Minka background philosophy, sometimes very hard to understand emptiness means. Emptiness meaning is. The emptiness meaning is no nothingness, okay? It's no inherently permanently exist. The permanent, what we talk negative, permanent, inherently exist. So that's why Maya Minka use always logic, investigating. Where is this table? Table is exist or not? If this table is exist, every single being have to see this is a table. But our only human beings see this is a table, but even maybe baby born also don't recognize this is a table. If mother don't teach. So that means this table is not permanent. Otherwise, even bugs also have to see this is a table. If this is a permanent, inherently exists something. Each sentient being has a different perceptions because that means everything is not exist truly. Or is our mind just create? Yeah. And arising from the natural Rupa, dissolved to the natural Rupa means everything is emptiness. Natural Rupa is the same as become fire, backfire. We have so many different clothes, colorful, different materials, right? Different materials. Everything is put in the fire. Fire burn everything, doesn't make separate. Oh, this is like good color, I don't want to burn. This is not that great, I'm going to burn. Fire don't have that delusion or distinctions. Yeah, they don't have these distinctions. So fire burn all these clothes, become everything's one ash. You cannot make this red color ash, this is blue color ash. Become everything's one. Same, like long as you realize emptiness, all this phenomena is dissolved to the emptiness. No, nothing is something lived there permanently. So the main point is emptiness, we have to knowing is not truly inherently exist. Seeing form is empty, Emptiness is form. Form is no other than emptiness. If you study Maya Minka philosophy, it's really beautiful. You absolutely trust. You knowing this certainty, emptiness meanings. That everything's emptiness. Okay, that's why we can talk. You know, if not emptiness, we cannot talk. Everything's emptiness. That's why we can walk. Everything's emptiness. That's why everything is possible. If not emptiness, nothing is possible. So that, knowledge or certainties arise when you study Mayamika teaching. And then that really helps Dzogchen Mahamudra practice because clarify everything. So that's what we have to know here. Then the reality of our foundation phenomena is not different from that. Everything is empty and nothing is different from that. But there are disciples on the path who do not realize it. If we don't know the true emptiness, then that's the reason we have the supplication through Mother Tara or perfect enlightenment. So enlightenment is a Tirikayas. Please protect us. Tirikaya is, Dharmakaya, Sambhonakaya, Namanakaya. So we supplication to Tirikayas. Tirikaya is also oneness, not separate. Dzogchen teaching Tirikaya is your mind true nature, empty is Dharmakaya. Your mind clear aspect, it's called Sambhonakaya. Then this two inseparable is called Namanakaya. Emptiness and clarity, luminous, is inseparable. So that's called Tirikayas. Emptiness, my nature is emptiness, is a Dharmakaya, the aspects. Mind is clear, luminous, that aspect is called Sambhonakaya. So then this two is not separate, inseparable union is called Namanakaya. So then you have become enlightened being. That recognize Tirikaya is inseparable, your nature, mind, Ripa. So that is called Buddha. So now we finish the teaching here. Okay, so supplication Tara, you have teaching. Do you have any questions? No?
Quickly, it's a long in Tibetan.
Long? Okay, long. Majiwa mebe jiyene yongje zen lamo druma yongde zen jingen la de dharma danji bagan eja de zon rang jiga yingbar majiwa zen yimo wangde jirba ye mangkor wang jebe zen jin. Yang lamo juje jab de sur jinyen ni jula majiwa tanji zege jinrang ne jumdang ne ge zeba la yongyang da ge lami jab de sur tobar gawa rang ge zen. Tongne gombar me ze bar zawang ne be yingwa la yongyang da ge lami jab de sur zen rang zong ni me yi je la ni zen ze be ba ja jadar ze jang jin ba na do ni me je la me jab de sur yang da ge dong la ne ze jan jin le je de le me je be ji ze dong la yong gen jin je la me jab de sur zhe zhe nan gen xin ye jin dang je de dang yin me je da dong ho me gang sa yong zhou sang je jab de sur Sonam de ye dam je ze ba ni dong na ni be zha na ba ze ji ga nam je ba leng zhu ba ye si ben zo len zhou wa ri zhou yang ba ba we je da ren jing ba dang gen de zong bo de yang de yi de da gen je ji se da lo jing ge wan de da dam je ra de mo sang jiu sen jiu ren bo je ma ji ba na ji je je ji ba nyang ba me ba gong ni gong de pe wa ri zhou sa dong ko lo ji we jiao bo dong jin dong gar ba zang be sang je Kamla kandur tela ter tumba samba chinre zegla so wande om mani beme 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 Wang Juran Roa Jijang Mali Bandi Salangu Barju. Thank you. Tashidele. Hello to everyone. Hello here. Zochi meditators here we have today.
You cannot see because there.
What is?
There.
Yes.
Perfect?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Absolute practitioners here.
Thank you.
We are very high mountain. So these practitioners self-arising naturally here. I call it self-ariser. Thank you, everyone.
Rinpoche, the Queen of England just died. Please help. The
Oh,
Queen of England just died.
just die.
Yes. Please, Rinpoche, pray.
Yes. Emma
Dojiche.
Om Zara Sanje Nawan Daye Da Yesu Jo Duje Jimbo Yong De Zemban De Jin Do No Lo Sanje Sang Zen Ba Min Kor Ji Go De Jin Om Zara Ba De Me Ba Ye De Wa Ji Ji Sa Ve Shin Gan De Sende Dende Tsempu Jurmada Sende England also King of England, right? Queen of England Sende Dende Tsempu Jurmada Jiwa Yenje Barma Jubar Teru Jinen Nande Yandone Dege Dage Mulan Dabande Soje Sanje Sanzen Danje Je Kemin Rabara Zinje Labdu Sur Tiyata Binzandria Avam Bodana Yesoha Om Ami Devaje 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 Gewan de Yun Tala de Jinre Zewan Opa Mengon de Bjorne Roa Jijamale Deya Salangu Barjo. Thank you, Emma.
Dojiche Rinpoche, may she be born in Pure Land. That was a good queen. Dojiche.
You're welcome. Thank you for letting know us. Okay, have a good evening, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
See you tomorrow here.
Thank you, Rinpoche.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for joining. We'll see you tomorrow. Melissa, I see you have your